Good morning, Vietnam. Oh, wrong. That's the wrong movie. That's the wrong show. Anyway, oh, what the hell? We'll do this anyway. Good morning, guys and gals, or good afternoon. This is Blake Morrow, and you are listening to the Daily Roundup. That's right, boys and girls. Daily Roundup is starting right now. So let's talk. Sorry, I got these things popping up here from my security cloud thing, rather. Okay. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you guys can see me. I'm actually, if I sound a little happy, it's because I'm actually going to get my vaccine here shortly. So I'm going to go do that. That'll be fun. If I'm out for the next couple of days, you know what happened. If for some reason I never show up again, you also know what happened, just in case. You never know. Anyway, I'm gonna be doing that here in the next hour or so. Just letting you guys know that. Let's talk about the market. So the S&P sold off pretty good. We hit the 88% retracement. I knew we were around a lot of support down here. I picked up a little S&P on the long side. I don't know how long I want to stick around necessarily, but I still believe that the market's really bullish while above 4,100, 4,110. Amira said, Mazel tov. Jason said, you'll be fine. I know I'll be fine. I actually remember my Marine Corps getting my vaccinations for the very first time. I hadn't seen a woman in 2.5 months, not one. I was in boot camp, and that's hard when you're 18 years old. If you're 18 years old and you haven't seen a woman in like 2 months, try that sometime. Next time you're 18. Anyway, Doggy's asked, what do I need a zoom lens for? This is a 50. That's the nifty 50 lens. It's not a super expensive lens, but it's a really cool lens. It's cool because when you take pictures, it blurs out the background behind you. That's what that's for. Anyway, I remember when I had my vaccines when I was 18, and just they hit you with the gun. It's like a gun, and just boom, 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 and it's like my arm was like, oh, but that's fine. I haven't had. Somebody said, and I don't know who said it to me this morning. Oh, it's Chad. He goes, I put plenty of other things in my body. Vaccines are no big deal, and I 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. I put plenty of crap in my body over the years. Not saying I do now because of my age. I'm just saying. Anyway, okay, let's talk about the markets. So I picked up a little S&P down here. I also I'm short some dollars. I'm long a little Aussie, right at the 77.03. I'm long some euro, literally right here at 120.13. And I shorted some US dollar Norwegian krona about 100 pips higher right here at the resistance at 835.50. I don't know how long I want to stay in these positions, more intraday, just to see if we bounce back like we normally do at the end of the day. One of the things that everybody's all up in arms about right now is Yellen. Yellen made some comments about rates need to go higher. And I did point out, which is really interesting. I pointed out on Twitter that Yellen's not Fed chair anymore, and I know that Jay Powell is her understudy. You could argue that he's a de facto Yellen, but to be honest, I think he's a more dovish Yellen. I didn't think that was going to be the case, but he is. I'm like, at the time, you're like, how do you outdove Yellen? you become J Powell. And then, once you're J Powell, you can out-dove Yellen. But J Powell's his own man. Don't forget that. And he's making his own name for himself. Don't forget that. Oh man, Amira says I have a 300 millimeter 2.8 Canon. That's an amazing. What that lens run you? Like $1,500? That's an amazing lens. I really want to just get a 100 millimeter 2.8. That's what I really want. I'm like getting into photography now, but anyway, it's just so you guys know, we're doing a lot of these videos. There's a big video series that we're working on that you'll start to see them in the coming weeks. And it's good. We're doing a lot of it for marketing, but we're doing a lot of it for education, obviously, because it's about providing some of the free education, getting more people interested in currencies. Because what's going to happen. I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. Cryptos will probably pull back again pretty hard because it's gonna get to a point where it just starts stopping out people that bought feverishly. It's the same thing that's going to happen in internet stocks. It'll happen at some point, and then when they do that, all those people that got smoked out in cryptos will end up coming to currencies, and then we want to make sure we have good education for them to teach people, like, hey, how do you actually look at a chart? How do you things like that. So we're filming a lot of stuff. That's hence why you see this camera here. The Canon's a great camera for filming, and then I just wanted to get that lens. That lens is a good, just to do up close videos and content. So that's why it's there, in case you're wondering. So with that being said, one of the things I wanted to talk about today, and Amira said next time you come to Israel, you could use my lens. That would be awesome. Jason said, do you plan on mentioning your battle with Chris Pulliver, or is that a secret? That's a secret. Something we've been working on for the last couple of weeks. It's like, I'm not super excited about it because I'm not a big NFP trader. I've been meeting with the team there for the last couple of weeks. It'll be fun. It'll be whatever. It'll be good. I wish I was more of an NFP trader. If I was more of an NFP trader, so the reason why I'm like not super, and plus, well, here's one of the things that I think I've got a decent read on NFP this month, because it's going to be, it's pretty easy as far as I'm concerned. Stronger the data, the worse it is for risk. So strong data, risk goes up, people second guess, oh, maybe that's bad for risk, and then the dollar strengthens if it's really good data. If it's really bad data, then you sell the dollar and buy stocks. It's, so I think it's pretty easy to read, but we'll see. It's a new venue, and I'm excited about it, about doing it. I'm not excited. I wish it was a different event. I wish it wasn't non-farm payroll. Anyway, but that's it. That is this Friday. But it's a new thing, so I'm excited to try it. Ask me afterwards if I'm excited for this next one. Chris is a cool guy. Smart guy too. And the team behind the scenes, they're all really good. But it's like, it's a new venue, so I'm not 100% comfortable with it. I'll be outside of my comfort zone. That's tough to do when you're trading, right? It is. Plus I got to get up extra early and take a shower. Okay, let's look at the euro's in a descending wedge. Be careful as we approach this key support. I think this is really key. I have my stops a lot lower than where we're currently at, but I'm going to be respectful of the fact if we drop back below like 119.90, I don't know if I really want to be long if we do that. The cable's still in its triangle. If you were in the chat room this morning, I picked it up at 53, and I sold it on the spike up to 90. So that was good. The Aussie, I own a little bit here. Not sure how comfortable I am. It depends, if stocks continue to hold up well. One of the things that kind of worried me earlier when I was buying the Aussie is the Kiwis trading a little weaker. The dollar Canadian looks like crap. I have to admit, this dollar Canadian, it can't get out of its own way right now. And that is not good, right? If you're long dollar CAD, you got to be thinking, that's trading heavy. And if we break through some of these support levels, like back through 123, then you're at risk of actually breaking down again. And one of the other big reversals today too is the dollar MEX, or Salma. If you're in the chat room, we call her Salma. I mean, that's a big reversal today off of really key resistance. It's hard to be long risk when this is heavy. Dollar Canadian's heavy. Aussie is not. I mean, Aussie's at support, but it's not like, you look at the Aussie and everybody's trading this triple top right here. What happens if we close back above like 77.20? Then you got a false breakdown, right? And then that just takes us right back up to the highs. So, I think you got to be a little cautious here. And you know what happens during like right now in equities, they start grinding them higher too. One of the other things, I want to show you, the crypto market is just bonkers. First of all, Ethereum had a big reversal here off that 261% extension. And actually, I want to be alerted if we start breaking through some of these supports here. I think that's going to be pretty key. If we start breaking down, that's going to be bad for risk. Bitcoin's already trading heavy. We knew that. And so Bitcoin's actually at risk of, trading back below 50K. But like, look at this Dogecoin. Holy cow. Thing hit 60 cents this morning. Cryptocurrency created as a joke goes up $850%, over 800% in the last month. That's a disaster waiting to happen. You guys all know that, right? And I sit here and go, that's scary. And that's the one thing about being long risk. But here's the thing: is I'm not sold on the idea that risk is going to buckle just yet. I mean, how much of a pullback have we had from the highs? The S&P. So from the highs, oops, I left my dogs outside. You can't hear them barking probably, but I did. We're off 2% after we're off 2% after a 90 some odd percent move off the lows. So I'm not convinced that stocks are ready to come down yet. I still think that they could accelerate, and especially if we close higher, not close higher, but if we close off of these lows, and the dollar closes a little weaker by the end of the day. That's just, how many people short risk today, right? They shorted risk. They're like, Yellen speaks, shorting risk. How about if that goes up in their face? Then it's going to be just another one of those cases that you're back up, same old. Amir wanted to see the IWM. Looks like we're in a little bit of trendline support here. Coming into trendline support. Maybe the Russell is building a symmetrical triangle right now. Possible. Silver and gold came off a little bit, with talk of rate hikes or rates must go up. Silver and gold came down. Where? Oh, they're there. So there's, gold rejecting 1800 again. Silver, that kind of stinks because we just hit the 50% rejected there. Because I actually thought the break above this 2680 was going to give us a little bit of a goose, but it's still just range bound, I guess. Other than that, just I would say be careful. Be careful with the positions you're in, especially if you're short risk. You got to be a little careful because we've sold off already and the dollar hasn't really moved a whole lot. If you're long risk, you have to be careful if you drop below 4,100 in the S&P. That's it. Mira asks if silver will go to $31. Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't. Your first objective is right here. This is the big one. $28. I mean, if you can't get above $28, it ain't going nowhere. Silver may just end up being in a bigger, longer term consolidation, right? $28 is A, it's the underside of this trend line. B, it's horizontal resistance. C, it's around the 78% retracement. So I would say, yeah, anywhere between $28 and $29. If you can't get over that, it's going nowhere. All right. I'm out. Vaccination time. See you guys later. Hope you guys have a great, I'm sorry. Catherine she asked in the Q&A, and it's funny because everybody else is in chat. So she asked about crude oil. So let me take a look at crude really quick. I don't have an opinion on crude, by the way. So let's take a look. By the way, my allergies are acting up today. That's why my nose is stuffy. Damn it, crude. Well, it's bullish while we're above this trend line here. See this one? That's the broken trend line. We came down. I was long and I moved the stops up in a pattern in play. I wasn't even trading crude. It was just trading the pattern. Anyway, last week came down because I moved up the invalidation level, but it's still bullish. While we're above $63, you shouldn't be bearish, I don't think. And look, crude looks like it's going to break higher. This is one of those other things, again, it's, you look at some of these commodities, they look bullish. Martin says, I'm going to get my second shot vaccine tomorrow. Good for you, Martin. I'm everybody that's gotten their second shot that I know has really, I would say 50% of them have had like a day or two of like feeling groggy or tired or whatever, and then they're fine. That's the Moderna. The Moderna seems to be the most popular around here where I live anyway. All right, guys, good luck. I'm going to go blow my nose. Have a great one. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And thank you for all your support always. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.